What is up, Minimates fanatics? It is Ashrock back with another review. This is going to be on the Minimates San Diego Comic-Con 2014 exclusive X-Men Days of Future Past box set. That was a mouthful. That's what she said. Let's look at the packaging really quick. So here's the Uncanny X-Men Days of Future Past packaging. As you can see, it's that standard four-figure packaging with the two windows and two characters in each window. It's got some cool artwork of Wolverine up top in Minimate fashion. And on the top right there, you can see the San Diego Comic-Con International exclusive for 2014. On the side, there's the various characters: Future Wolverine, Future Kitty Pryde, Future Sentinel, and just plain old Mystique. On the back, there are the four characters right there. And on the bottom, you can see a little quick bio there, my Diamond Select. Let's move on. And there you have it. So this is my first ever Minimate review. Yes, I am popping my cherry. I have tons of Minimates and I am yet to review them. I will be doing a top 50, maybe a top 100 Minimates of all time series of videos down the line, but I'm going to start reviewing these things as well, especially for all my Minimate mobsters, mob out there that enjoy these videos and just enjoy me altogether. You know, your sister enjoys me as well because, you know, she's a skank. But here is the set itself. This is an awesome set. I got this at my local comic book shop for actually 40% off as well. Yeah, they had a Fuck Wizard World Chicago sale going on. Long story short, they don't like the Chicago Wizard World too much, so they decided to do an awesome sale. And I got this for 40% off. It's priced at $24.99, but I got it for a lot less, obviously. So that was really cool to see. But nonetheless, the one thing with Minimates, obviously, we're going to talk about paint applications, we're going to talk about accessories and molding and stuff like that, but, you know, it's one of those things where I have to review these things objectively, of course, but when it comes to articulation, Minimates are not made for articulation. They have a simplicity and a charm to them that is beyond that, if that makes sense, okay? It goes so much around that it becomes compelling and wanting to collect these things. They become extremely addictive. So for me, I'm going to review the paint applications first, then we're going to get into like molding / articulation / accessories, and that will get a score. And then a final score on the box set itself. I'll also be doing some comparisons to the Sentinel that came with this set as opposed to the other Sentinels, and the Medusa as well. These two are the first time we've seen these style of characters here. We have a Kitty Pryde and many different Wolverines, but there's not really a comparison. These two will be a little more comparative in terms of the style and the character themselves, okay? But let's look at paint applications. We'll start off with Medusa, which I think, in my opinion, is the gem in this particular wave. I think they did a phenomenal job with her likeliness of the character. It looks really cool. I like the fact that her little sheath here, her little what do you call that thing? Is it like a vagina coverer? I don't know what it's called, but I think it's called a vagina coverer. I'm pretty sure that's the real term that they use, the scientific term. And then on the back too, it's the ass coverer. What the hell is that called? Anyways, it's kind of like, you know, swerving to the side. You can have her in some kind of running pose, and it has that little, you know, attention to detail. I think that's really cool, and it does have little crevices inside of it as well, which is really neat to see. But again, the simplicity of these damn things is what makes them so damn charming to me. Paint applications on her is really nice. Very nice coloring on the red, and the skulls I thought came out beautiful too, man. On a little figure like this, a little 2-inch figure, that's pretty damn cool. I think it's a little less than 2 inches, but really cool on Medusa. The Sentinel, a little bit larger character, so you can see he's not much larger. There is a gigantic Sentinel that you can find. He's not articulated. He's more of a statuesque type of figure. He's a little more expensive. I wish they would release like larger Sentinels or larger Galactus figure. Again, they have a Sentinel, they have a Galactus as well, but nothing like this. Or nothing like in terms of like detail and some better articulation. They're very like statues. But for him as well, very cool. Actually, let me skip this really quick. So she does come with a forming head there, as you can see. She's changing into, I believe it's the what's his name, the president. I forget his damn name. Son of a bitch. Is it the president? I don't know. And then there's a full size shift. And then there's another wig on top of it as well. But this is really cool. This alone is very unique, and you know, I like the way that looks. On the Sentinel, you can pop off the head and this little helmet, and you can put this little head on there, which is really cool. So it's kind of like a damaged, worn down Sentinel. Very, very neat. Again, one thing about the Minimates is they always come with these charming little accessories and attention to detail, which is really cool. A little flying base here. We've seen this before in different Minimate sets. This does come with the Sentinel, and they all do come with little bases as well, so that's pretty cool. Little stands, so that's pretty neat. The Wolverine himself looks pretty damn cool as well. A little bit older in this series, obviously he's future Wolverine, so he's got the gray on the sides there. Very cool in the jacket. I thought the jacket could have come out a little more detailed, where, you know, right here, this portion here, but not a big gripe. Very, very neat. Something I don't really like with Minimates, and some Minimates have this, is that little writing on the back there. It's way too much. Way too much. I mean, you got it here, you got it there. I mean, it's all over his legs. That I don't like too much, you know, and you got that on all of these here. That's not like that with every single Minimate, but a good chunk of them. So you can see on her too. But here's Kitty Pryde. She's got that fearful face. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's from the cover of Days of Future Past. Here's the cover real quick. And there you have it. So you can see the likeliness of the character is very, very cool. And Wolverine as well, where he's kind of standing in front of her trying to protect her from these Sentinels that are going to town. But very, very neat, very colorful. I think they did a great job with her as well. For paint applications on these folks, I'm going to give them an 8 out of 10. I think they did an awesome job. Very well detailed. Articulation and accessories, very simple articulation on all of them. They all have the standard Minimate articulation. It's kind of a ball right here at the shoulder, single jointed elbows, rotates at the wrist. It's got a hinge on the foot as well. I'm sorry, ball on the leg as well. It has single jointed knees, rotates at the foot, and rotates at the waist, and it has a ball on the head. So Minimate's articulation is obviously very standard. That's how it is for all these here. The one thing that's really cool is the various accessories. So you can see you can have some swappable parts here for, I believe this is for Kitty Pryde herself, for the arms as well. So really cool. You can take off the jacket, and then you can see the green shirt under there. So you can basically have a second figure here. That is really neat to see. And that's something, again, with Minimates, you get that. Like, for instance, there's I believe a Nick Fury heavy agent, or a shield agent that he comes with, and essentially you have two Nick Furies in there in the packaging. You have the African-American Nick Fury from the Ultimate series, and then you have the regular, you know, Caucasian Nick Fury. Really cool stuff, and that's something that you see here as well, is there's a lot of different things you can do, and again, the simplicity is what really makes this so cool. So for accessories and everything, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think they did a great job with the articulation being standard, but they always make up for it with that charm and that simplicity and all the swappable parts. Final score on this box set will be a 8 out of 10. I think it is very cool. If you're looking for it, you can find it at your local comic book shops. You can find it online as well. It will range between $25 to like $35 depending on where you go. But I think it's well worth it if you're an X-Men fan. I love the X-Men. I love Minimates. I really wanted a new Medusa. Let's look at some of the other... Let's do some comparisons with the Sentinel. So here's the Days of Future Past Medusa, and here's the old school Medusa. Not sure which figure this comes with, to be honest with you guys, but I do like the Days of Future Past one more. I think it's a little better. This has a different head sculpt, which is kind of cool. She's got that that grimacing smile to her. Here she's got more of a cringe look to her, but the skull on this one, on this one's forehead, came out nicer. The skulls on her belt here is a little bit larger, but you know, I still like this one way more. But if you're looking for this head, I guess, you know, that would be the only thing. But even this one, just, I don't know, this one has a better look to it, in my opinion. I like this one way more. This is the X-Men Days of Future Past Sentinel. This is a single, or I'm sorry, A 2-pack Sentinel. I forget who he comes with as well. Again, my first Minimate review ever. I apologize for the lack of information. I'm usually better at that kind of stuff, but didn't do much research on these guys. And then this one here is from a 2-pack. I believe a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 2-pack, or maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 3 2-pack. This one is by far my favorite one. He's the bulkier one. Size-wise, you can see he is about the same height as this one here, but a little more bulkier, a little more intimidating, I think. I like this one a lot because of the sheer amount of size. But this one here is really cool, again, because he does come with this little thing here, which is neat to see. But my recommendation, if you can get your hold of these, I would go with these ones here. And this guy here is just way too tiny. He's like the regular Minimate size. So that's why, let's hope maybe down the line they'll release some larger Sentinel figures. That'd be really cool. Actually, the Lego Sentinel figures don't look too bad. If you guys can get your hands on those, the Lego Sentinels are actually kind of larger size, and they do fit pretty well with the Minimates. So I think they're pretty cool. Overall, again, a final score of 8 out of 10. Not a bad review or a bad score on this review, but again, it's up to you folks if you really want to get it or need this set in your collection. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. Remember to laugh every day. Talk to you guys next time. Deuces.